Number 2, it's very similar to number 1, except that the information that's given is slightly different, and also we are asking you to do the standard form. Okay. Now we are not asking a whole lot. We are making things very easy for you. So we say, hey, we give you some information. We give you that a is equal to -1, and we give you these 2 points. Okay. And these 2 points, could one of these 2 points be vertex? I don't know. But since we don't know, we cannot assume anything. And since we need to write the equation in standard form, well, first, what is standard form? This is our standard form. If you don't know, then it's going to be a problem. Well, we know what A is, right? We know what A is. So the only 2 things that we don't know will be our B and C. So we're like, yeah, this is pretty much our job. Could you find out B and C? And that goes back to what we did early on in the school year and also back in Algebra 1. If you have 2 unknowns that you have to find out, then you will need how many equations? 2 equations, okay? Now, if you're not able to answer this question very quickly, I mean, I was on the same boat because it was not natural to me until you have seen enough, you would say, oh yeah, whenever you have 2 unknowns, you always need 2 equations. So we need to find out B and C. So that gives you the idea that you probably need 2 equations. But where do we get these 2 equations? We get 2 points. So first, y is equal to -x squared plus bx plus c, because we know the a is -1, so we can substitute -1 into a. So that's how we have -x squared plus bx plus c. And with those 2 points, okay, we can now say that let's go ahead and substitute. Now, let's go ahead and substitute, and we will substitute 1, 2 to one of the equations, okay? And then we will also set up another equation using the other point. And now you can see the way I set up my equations here. I use parentheses, okay? Especially there's a square on the outside for the x squared. So this would allow me to focus on the substitution without being distracted by anything else, which would be great. Okay, and so we have -2. What's -1 squared? +1. So you still have a negative in front of it because that negative, it's the original negative that's in front of the x squared. Minus b plus c. So you combine like terms on both sides. Okay, let's see. I'm getting myself distracted a little bit here. So -b plus c. So let's go ahead and get c by itself. All right. So we have c by itself here, which is nice. And then the other equation that we were working on earlier. So you have you add 1 on both sides, and then 3 is going to b plus c, and so we can say 3 minus b is equal to c. So what you can do? Well, you have c by its. You have both sides being solved to being. You found out c already for both from both equations. Then you can now say that 3 minus b is equal to b minus 1. Since c is equal to c, so 3 minus b is equal to b minus 1. And you combine like terms, you add b on both sides, so you get 2b. And then you add 1 on both sides, you get 4. And we'd say, oh, I know what b is. B is equal to 2. And if you know b is equal to 2, then c is equal to 3 minus 2, which is 1. Okay, now you can use this equation to find out your c, or you can use this equation to find out your c. It doesn't matter. It would both give you the same result. So what is our final equation? We will say, well, the standard form is going to be negative x squared plus 2x plus 1. Okay? So that's how you know. But again, if you don't know what standard form is, that's going to be hard. And if you don't know that you have two things to find out, well, then it's going to be hard. And if you don't know that if you have two unknowns, you need two equations, well, that's going to be even more challenging. So you got to know what the thought processes are along the way so that you know how to approach this particular problem.